Hey everyone, it's Emmyjo, the Book Slayer 77. Sorry I have not posted any videos in a couple of weeks. I am very lazy and a slacker. All I do is read and then I forget all about posting about the books and reviews, what I'm reading, what's upcoming. I, however, am reading Threadwalkers. I won't get too much into it now. I will post a review on Monday. Hopefully have a video up as well sometime later in the evening because that's the best time with less noise. I do want to get into this podcasting. I created a channel. I'm going to probably be posting on it. It's going to be different than my videos, mostly, and it's going to be way different than obviously my blogs, because with the podcast, I feel like I can freely state and say whatever the heck I want. I'm probably going to be talking freely about books, especially my first few episodes are going to really be about Sweet Valley University, not Sweet Valley High so much. I've only read a few of those, and probably some, you know, Babysitters Club, but really want to get into Sweet Valley University because I feel like the author, whom I love her books. I have every Sweet Valley University one through, I forget how many, and then all the thrillers because I started reading it ninth grade and high school, obviously, because I was still at that time reading like R.L. Stine, Christopher Pike, and a few Babysitter Club books I was still buying because they were still coming out. They were still interesting to me. I don't really care how old I was when people looked. I don't really care because I love them. I will, however, say that I'm pretty pissed off that still to this day, Francine, the author for Sweet Valley High, Sweet Valley Twins, and all them, and University, I, I feel like she omitted the freaking whole college years. I mean, they did freshman and sophomore, all those books. They could have maybe done to the end, or maybe they could have even talked about what would have happened afterwards. Because I feel like they left off with Elizabeth, like, she went to London, I remember, because I have those ones, the little side ones. It's like, I believe it was like the diary ones. I feel like I was so sad for her because how she was just left, and then it was like, okay, no more books. I didn't see any more books. I looked high and low, always in the bookstore, always checking with people, like, hey, did you hear? And then we had like AOL when I was out of high school, and I was still buying them. I freaking was on the computer searching, nothing. I feel like, what the hell? Where did it go? And then a few years back, I think 2013, 2014, 15, somewhere around there, Francine came out with she came out with Sweet Valley Confidential and then The Sweet Life. And if you read those, you will see that they kind of all freaking admitted the college years. They touched on it and said, yeah, in college this. But they didn't bring none of the freaking characters. Like Tom Watts, where the freak was he? I loved him. It was him and Elizabeth should have been together. And sorry for those who didn't read it, but that's how I feel. They should have been together, but they were not. So that really, that really pissed me off. It's like, whoa, all this time. And Todd was freaking annoying. I didn't like him in the few high school ones that I did read. It was kind of like, you're a shitty boyfriend, and I don't know why she kept going back to you, because Elizabeth deserved so much better. I just don't get that. But we'll just let that go for that moment. Let's touch back to the Sweet Valley Confidential and Sweet Valley University. And the Sweet Life. Those, I guess the Sweet Valley Confidential and the Sweet Life, I guess they were all kind of one, but just the 6 books of Sweet Life, and then the Confidential was like a teaser to, kind of I rushed out and got it. They didn't speak of nobody in the freaking, those ones at all. They didn't speak of Elizabeth's best friend, Nina, because Ian was then Alex, changed her name. She joined a sorority, and from what I read from the high school ones, yeah, that was like, no. However, they did not mention it. And it really didn't tick me off so much that Jessica got with Todd and Mary. That was very freaking interesting. And interesting to me means no, it wasn't. It was like, why are you together? I don't understand why you're together. But I don't want you with Elizabeth, so that's all good. You heard Elizabeth because y'all hid that stuff. Y'all hid it. And the confidential was kind of like, what the heck? Everything like changed. He didn't bring up the people in college. I want to know what happened to Tom Watts. I want to know what happened to Nina. I want to know what happened to these characters. And, all these, people. Granted, I don't want to know what happened to Jessica's husband in it, because he was a loser too. But, I'm going to touch about all those on my podcast. So, if you do want to follow and hear more, or if you want to hear more about what I'm reading, I'm going to be talking about that as well. But right now, I feel like my friend introduced me to these couple of podcasts that supposedly talk about Babysitters Club. No, what I listened to was weird, and no, just no offense to them, but I wanted to hear more about what they thought of the books, and maybe comments and questions. I like that. And then same for like the Sweet Valley one. I won't give away the channel because, again, I liked how they sounded. They sound like British accents, so that was cool. But they talked about things that were nothing to do, like I guess there was gonna be a movie. I don't know if there still is, but they talked about that. They didn't talk about like Sweet Valley High Book 1 because I was anxious because, again, I didn't read all the Sweet Valley High ones. I was totally invested in Sweet Valley University. So I feel like I was gypped when I got the confidential one because they brought up some characters from the high school one that I was just like, yeah, I don't know who you are. And with today's technology, it worked because I just Googled it. Like, who the freak is this? And I Googled it, and oh, okay. I read like a few. I probably maybe read 20, 25, and I'm sure and I know there was a lot more than that. But, yeah. No, that just irritated me. But if you want to talk about those and you want to hear more about it, and again, I know I'm ranting, I'm complaining, but I want to get into this, and I don't have any friends that read those anymore or even think about it. Hell, I don't even have a book club. I tried to join one on Facebook, and well, it went downhill. This girl started it, and nobody kept up with it. Like, I'd say, oh, let's all read this, and they were kind of on board, and then kind of like everybody got busy. I don't know what the heck went on with that, but I think that's done. And then this other girl had one too, and I think she felt like since the other girl started one, she was in, I think that she started first, and then the other girl started one. So she kind of like, oh, well, the same people joined mine, joined hers. So she probably, I don't know. To me, I don't know her that well, but she probably felt like that's kind of crappy, like whatever. But again, I'm really wanting to have a book club about these things. I would love to chat about Sweet Valley University, even Sweet Valley High, Sweet Valley Confidential, Sweet Valley Sweet Life, R.L. Stein, Christopher Pike, the Fear Street books, Remember Me by Christopher Pike. I love that series, a little trilogy thing. Today's books I love, like Who is Your Book Boyfriend? Right now, I only found that I really truly like two, and that would be Damon Black from the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love him. That alien dude is, I don't know. And plus the person who models him is hot. Then there's Vampire Academy, Bloodlines, those series by Rochelle Mead. I love Adrian. There's something about the dude. I didn't really care for him. They didn't speak of him that much in Vampire Academy, but towards the end it was like, and then Bloodlines, I was like, oh man, I love him. Those would be my two book boyfriends. Other than that, I don't really have any because there hasn't been like a series like that I've read. I mean, yes, Twilight, I was Team Jacob. Harry Potter, I was a little too old for them, so I didn't have like book boyfriend or anything. But my favorites were all of them. There's a series out there that's YA. Please let me know. I would love to get into another one. I read some Nicholas Sparks, so just let me know because that's how far back, few years now that those books. There's got to be another series that have like great book boyfriends. And if you say Christian Grey, I've never read those, so yeah, I don't know about that. But if you say him, explain to me why you pick him. Also, if you have another one from, like I said, another series, explain to me why that person would be your book boyfriend or potentially a book boyfriend. Todd from Sweet Valley High and so on. No, that's not gonna happen. I would have picked Tom for Elizabeth and then Sam for Elizabeth. And then I can't remember the last dude when she went to London pretending she was, somebody else. Elizabeth Bennet. I would have picked maybe that dude. But I never, ever, not Todd, ever in my life. So, if you want to talk about books, even TV shows like This Is Us that makes us cry all the time, or The Royals, because that's coming back. I'm really into The Resident now, Bellevue. Another one I found, Good Girls, that's funny. Superstore, Good Place. Yeah, I can talk about them shows, movies. Books is mainly what this focus is, but if you want to talk about that too, I'll be glad to. Just hit subscribe down below, hit like, comment with what you want to hear next. Again, I'm setting up podcasts and I'm going to rant and rave about, again, at the very beginning, it mainly might be about Sweet Valley High books, but if you want to talk about the Lux series, the Darkest Minds trilogy, Maze Runner, I've read those, everything. Just let me know. Thank you and have a great Saturday weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.